I think oftentimes there is a literal idea of representation beginning to dictate what we believe that we can do, but even more importantly, what other people believe that we can do. Of course, we don't think Grownish in any way can tackle the college experience as a brown or black person, but we can begin to, through very specific characters, be like, here's one way it's received. It's also important that we continue to not perpetuate the idea of either being superhuman or subhuman to be able to succeed, but this idea that you can absolutely be mediocre and at times you will be, and it still doesn't take away from your inherent value. As much as I think we continue to grow into a more progressive world, you should see how many scripts are absolutely like the fact that these are being considered to be greenlit can be astounding at times. The things that come in, especially um, for young women of color. And so I think it's important that in order to even have a genuinely inclusive understanding of what the world looks like, to have people running production companies and in charge of the literal money, time, energy to greenlight projects that explore different intersections of inclusivity. Like, I think what's been especially freeing is that I know by no means do I represent in totality what it means to be a young black woman. And it'd be unfair to present me as the representation of that. But through production, it is not limited to like what characters can I or can I not play. I know for me, so many of my peers aren't given the space to be heard and listened to. And not just in entertainment, but largely whether it's a school environment, whether it's a home environment. And so the idea that I've been given multiple spaces in which I'm actively listened to is definitely a privilege. And I think that also came with a lot of practice. And still, there are rough spots. I mean, I don't know, having the same conversation 5 times, and we're still in conversation with I don't know how many people. Like, hey, I don't know if you heard me the last time, but this point that I made wasn't just to hear myself talk. It's because this is important to me.